A few weeks ago, I got a new task given to me by a client for a basic analysis. We already had planned out like the different analysis steps we can do, like plan out the pipeline. But when we get the data, we realized this project will be way different. The rows were duplicated, the columns were wrongly named. We had many different null values or unknown values, which all were in a different encoding, so as unknown, as null, as zero. At the same time, the categorical variables were named differently. So in the end, we had to spend like at least 1.5 weeks cleaning and tidying up data to get it into a format we could actually work with. And then we could only start the analysis. So the quality of our analysis was pretty limited because we couldn't try out the different components. We couldn't experiment as much as we wanted. And this is what we're here for in TidyAI. Automating, creating tidy data so the data scientists can focus on the work that actually matters to provide the insight that's necessary for the management and the client to make informed decisions. And this problem is not just us. It's very common among data scientists. It's the detriment of dirty data. Dirty data is one issue that it leads to compromised decisions. The companies risk to make expensive mistakes. At the same time, cleaning the data is very error prone. Overcleaning leads to the loss of vital information. Undercleaning leaves inconsistencies. And it's very time intensive. Current studies show that it takes up to 50 to 80% of the total project time. And at the same time, there are many missteps by the data scientists. And the current approach isn't really the way to go in the future. Data scientists spend hours working in sheets or notebooks where they perform a transformation and then manually review the data to check whether they did it correctly. So it's very long binding and iterative. And the available automation tools are very limited. They are non-adaptive to the data, the analysis requirement, or the business requirements. And now is the time we can actually change it. The technology is ready, the AI is getting accepted for decision making, and the technology also is at a state where we can automate this. The AI is more adaptable, and also it suddenly has planning capabilities. And at the same time, we have some economic drivers. We have a rising volumes of data, so cleaning it manually is becoming financially unsustainable, and the cost of mistaking as AI becomes a decision-making tool is also skyrocketing. So our solution is an intelligent agent that tidies your data, that sees the cleaning not as a static task, but a dynamic journey towards the tidy data. And we have three main components. First, an AI-powered planning, where we inspect the data set, pinpoint anomalies, and see the potential issues. Then an automated transformation, where the agent seamlessly executes the transformation and on the detected issues. And lastly, we have a reflection refinement, where the AI rechecks the dataset and identifies the next necessary transformation needs. So let's jump right into the demo. We start here with a data frame. We are uploading it to our tool, and the agent immediately starts to analyze the data. He loads it into his memory, detects anomalies and problems in the data frame for a future analysis. And it automatically creates the transformations necessary to create a clean and tidy data frame. So here we see he substitutes signs, the dollar sign, and then converts the column into a numerical column. And this is applied to the data frame immediately. And afterwards he goes back and starts to redetect errors and find new transformations that are necessary. And if the user wants to, he can here also copy the code or download the full data frame. So let's stay right here for a second. Beyond the automation, our focus was also to give the user some peace of mind and some control over what is happening. So first of all, we are giving him a description of what we are executing. But at the same time, we are providing him with the code so he can quality control and check whatever the model is doing. And at the same time, if the user wants to build a pipeline, if the data cleaning task occurs more frequently, he can download the code and build his own pipeline. Or over time, we plan to also develop the feature ourselves. And by enabling our user to download the data sets of intermediate steps, we can also let the user do multiple tasks at the same time. So for example, if we apply a wide to long transformation of the data frame, one is more suited for analysis and the other more for visualization. We have that as a step, and the user can download both datasets before the transformation and after the transformation and do both the analysis and the visualization without having to apply the additional step. And we wanted to really ensure a little bit more of quality control. And here we can also integrate more user feedback that in itself can be used to improve the models over time and improve the transformations over time to make the code more efficient, but also of higher accuracy.